What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I think Epic Games might slowly, over time, kill Fortnite. If you guys enjoy this video or agree with this message, make sure to hit that like button. It's very much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the video. And that absolutely pains me to say because I love Fortnite. I've been playing since preseason back in September 2017. I've put so much time and so much money into this game, and saying that it might be killed by their own developers, it really does hurt to say. Clearly I love this game because I have a whole channel based around it too. But the choices Epic Games have been making recently are just terrible, and they aren't listening to the community anymore. You want to know why first few seasons of the game were so good? Because Epic Games, before Fortnite went big, or really big to the point it is now, because they listened to their community. Even back in Season 7, they listened to their community when they added an Infinity Sword, right? And then they removed it after 3 days. I mean, it took them a while to make the decision and actually acknowledge us, but at least it was a lot sooner than this whole revert thing. If you go on any Fortnite official page, on any social media, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, it's just people filling it with revert comment. Version 8.20 was the worst patch they could have ever done. Yeah, they added something that a lot of people wanted for a long time, aka Arena Mode, a competitive mode in Fortnite, but at the same time, they removed the ability to actually play casually in a way that everyone absolutely loved and thought was great. If you're not aware, which I'm sure you are because everyone in the community is aware at this point, but they reverted the changes that they added with these 7.40 update to allow the fact that you get 50 health or 50 shield every time you get a kill, and the fact that harvesting rate was increased by 40%. That is a massive change in harvesting rate. But they removed that, and it takes absolutely forever to get materials now in casual games, and it's so easy to get third-party in normal games. I don't understand why they're going to add respawn vans right after they remove Siphon, because the main reason Siphon was an issue at all is because it did promote thirsting a little bit more, just because of the fact that, well, yeah, you got it once you started thirsting people, but that's just really not an issue now when you can just bring back your teammate with a reboot van. Epic Games has not been listening to us at all. They haven't acknowledged anything right now. They have nothing to talk about when it comes to this, and this is what will kill their game. I'm going to use a video game that a lot of people know of, but a lot of people have stopped playing over the years. Call of Duty, okay? I'm not saying that that game is entirely dead right now, because it's really not. So if you play that game, don't get offended that I'm bashing on your game, because I love Call of Duty still. I've played that for the last like 10 years, but over time, they absolutely ruined their game with not listening to the community, with microtransactions that were just completely unfair and greed-based. And that, what I feel like will happen to Fortnite if they don't start listening to us again. The game is absolutely nothing without the community. It's the same thing for the World Cup. They're promoting this whole big World Cup thing, right? Well, guess what? It's all about the players in that sense. Epic Games is absolutely nothing without their players. And all they're doing is making poor choices against us and expecting people to play in the World Cup. And of course they will, just because of the fact that there's money involved. But if there was no money involved, I'm sure most people wouldn't really care about being in the Fortnite World Cup. So the next thing, not just the version 8.20 update that has ruined the game, but also the fact that they removed stretch res a week before the World Cup qualifiers. And now personally for me, that's not the biggest issue, but I know there's tons of people who've been practicing and playing on stretch res the last few months, and that is a big change in terms of the way the game feels and plays, because the field of view that you got when playing stretched was a massive change. That's why towards the end of the stretched life cycle, I guess you could say, so like around February and March, that time I switched to 1600 by 1080, which is just barely stretched, so it still looks good, but it still gives you that field of view increase. Epic Games just completely patched out stretched res without even compensating by giving us a field of view slider, allowing us to change the field of view. And for anybody who's saying that there's no way consoles could handle that, and that's why, because they wanted everyone to be equal, I just don't see that as an issue. I just feel like they could definitely make it work on consoles. Games like Battlefield 5 have a field of view slider, and that game seems a lot more resource demanding than Fortnite. If they actually optimize their game, I feel like they could get that running on consoles just fine. I mean, think about it. An iPad, it might not look like stretch, but that has a higher field of view if you look at it, just because of the fact that it is a different aspect ratio than the average 16:9. Now, jumping over to the next thing that Epic Games just completely doesn't listen to, and that is the baller change. Everyone in the competitive Fortnite scene wanted to see ballers removed or nerfed from Arena, and the reason is because everyone just abuses them until endgame to get placement points, and it's just not a fair way to play the game. It's not a competitive way, just rolling around in a ball, preventing yourself from getting shot. Yeah, there are counters to them, but there shouldn't have to be. When 90% of the lobby is in a ball, it's kind of hard to counter every single one of them. So when Epic Games announced the fact that in version 8.30, they were going to be nerfing balls so that you can actually shoot through the glass and you'll no longer be in a 300 HP tank. I mean, pretty much that's what it is with high mobility. So everyone was happy about that until a few days after, and then Epic Games announced the fact that they were just going to nerf the ball by 100 HP and they're going to leave it the way it is because it didn't feel right to them. No, Epic Games, that's just not how that works. You can't just make decisions like this. Yeah, it's technically your game, but your game is nothing without your players. I've said this multiple times in this video, but I will keep saying that. A game is nothing without the players. And it's Arena. How hard is it to just make different rule set for competitive and casual games? How hard is it? Now that we have Arena, split them apart, have competitive one, ban certain things, like balls for an example, maybe grenade launchers too, because, you know, getting your base spammed with grenades from a grenade launcher is just not fun. Certain things need to be vaulted in Arena, and they're just not listening to us. The fact that they don't listen to us most of the time now just shows that they're slowly going to be turning it to active. Maybe not as in the way of greed, but the fact that they're putting their hardcore player base down in order to get casual players to play more, players that will most likely not play anyways and just play maybe once every few weeks or something, or once a week at most. Also, just completely reverting those siphon changes was not the way to go. They should have done something where maybe they nerfed it down to 25 health, or maybe made it so that you have to get this health slowly over time, similar to a slurp. That way, people would still have time to come in and hunt you down, essentially. But you would still get that health at the end of the day. And I think that that would be a fair way of balancing it still. But Epic Games just wants to remove the good things, and they don't want to think of any other solution. Epic Games, do yourself a favor and stop trying to kill Fortnite. Listen to your community, because it's only a matter of time before another Apex Legends comes out of nowhere, and everyone is going to be playing that game. I mean, it's true. Like, let's be real. Yes, Apex Legends is nowhere near as big as it was before, but that's really, in my opinion, because Epic Games added that 7.40 update, and that saved it from Apex Legends. But that's not going to save it from other games in the future after they reverted it. With pretty much every big streamer agreeing about this, saying that Epic Games is not listening to the community anymore, saying that they need to revert these patches that they've been making over the last few weeks. Epic Games, the community has spoken. It's time to listen. You can't always prevent casuals from getting destroyed in a normal game. I mean, Daquan put it perfectly with this tweet right here. In this tweet that a lot of people have already seen, it says, "One day game developers will realize that you can't protect noobs from getting bopped. You add ranked, people will smurf. You separate casual and ranked, people will just go bot farm and casual. You try to change game mechanics to save them, you ruin your game. History doesn't lie." And he's just completely right with this. You're gonna kill your game in the process, Epic Games, if you don't start listening to the community. With every patch now since the version 8.20 update, I feel kind of worried every time I read patch notes. What are they gonna remove that is good from the game? What are they going to change that I'm not going to like? And it's not something that is minor, like vaulting a weapon or something. It's something as big as these game mechanics that made the game feel fresh and great. Now, for anybody who did like the changes of them reverting the 7.40 update when it comes to removing the siphon changes and material changes, just know that that's okay. You can like the change, but I mean, you are the minority. There's a reason that everyone on Twitter, Instagram, even in YouTube streams on the official Fortnite channel has been getting revert comments spam. There's a reason, because the majority of the player base does want it. And I mean, it's not just that. Also, people like Ninja, of course, have made polls, okay? You could go and vote if you wanted it or not, and now the results of that vote, with over 324,000 people, over 87% of them decided that they would like the update to be reverted, and only 13% wanted it to not be reverted. So that is a massive difference, and that just shows that the majority of the community did like the changes. So why is Epic Games listening to the minority? I know this video seemed very negative, but I love Fortnite. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I need to make that clear so that people aren't thinking I'm just hating on it, because I'm not. I want Epic Games to listen to us again so that the community and the game will thrive again. I don't want this game to die out. I don't want this game to start getting hated on. I want us to go back to the way that things were months ago when everyone was enjoying the game And the main reason, like I said, was because Epic Games was listening to us. So, sorry if this came off as negative, because it kind of needed to be in order to get my point across. But, anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys enjoyed, a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you agreed with the message, make sure to hit that like button as well so we get this video out there. If you guys would like to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button as I upload Fortnite content like this every single day. If you guys would like to support me, you guys can use my code YouTube. It's 4G in the item shop. It's very much appreciated. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.